You walk into your laundry room, everything looks clean, the floor is spotless, the detergent smells fresh, and yet, the moment you open your washing machine lid or door, there it is. That sour, musty, dirty smell hits you in the face. Not a small smell, a strong, embarrassing smell. The kind of smell that makes you wonder, how can something that washes my clothes smell dirtier than the clothes themselves? And here's the scary part most people don't realize right away. That smell doesn't stay inside the machine. It sticks to your towels. It hides inside your sheets. It clings to your favorite shirts. You wash again. You add more detergent. You even use fabric softener. But the smell keeps coming back. And every time it does, you feel more frustrated, more confused, and maybe even a little embarrassed when guests come over. Now let me tell you something important, and this might surprise you. That smell has nothing to do with the brand of your washing machine. It doesn't matter if you own LG, Samsung, Whirlpool, GE, Maytag, or any other brand you can think of. It doesn't matter if it's top load or front load. It doesn't matter if it's brand new or 10 years old. The smell problem comes from a few hidden places almost nobody talks about, and once you understand this, everything changes. Because when you fix the real cause, the smell doesn't just fade away for a day, it disappears. A few months ago, a woman named Linda shared something that really stuck with me. She's 62 years old, lives in Ohio, and she told me she was ready to replace her washing machine. She said, "I can't stand the smell anymore. Every towel smells like a wet dog even after washing." She had tried store-bought cleaners, expensive pods, even bleach. Nothing worked. The smell always came back. One day, out of pure frustration, she stopped using her washer for 2 days. When she opened it again, the smell was even worse. That's when she realized something wasn't right. And what she discovered next is exactly what I'm about to show you. Here's the first thing you need to understand, and this is critical. Washing machines don't smell because they're dirty on the outside. They smell because moisture gets trapped inside places you never see. Warm water, leftover detergent, fabric softener, and lint create the perfect environment for bacteria and mildew. And once that starts, the smell multiplies fast. This is why adding more detergent actually makes the problem worse, not better. Every extra scoop leaves behind residue that feeds the odor. Now stay with me here, because this is where most people make their biggest mistake. They think cleaning a washing machine means running a long cycle with some cleaner and hoping for the best. But the truth is, you can stop washing machine smells in 5 minutes if you focus on the right spots. Not hours, not special tools, not calling a repair person. Just simple steps that actually work. Let's start with the place almost everyone ignores, even though it's the #1 source of odor: the rubber seal. If you have a front-load washer, that thick rubber gasket around the door is quietly holding dirty water, hair, lint, and detergent residue every single time you wash. Even if it looks clean at first glance, I promise you it's not. When you gently pull it back, that's where the smell lives. And what's scary is how fast it builds up. In as little as 1 week, bacteria can grow enough to stink up your entire machine. Here's what you do. And pay close attention because this is simple but powerful. Take a clean cloth, dampen it with warm water, and add just a small amount of white vinegar. Not a lot. You don't need to soak it. Slowly wipe inside the rubber seal, pushing gently into the folds. You might see dark residue. You might smell something unpleasant. That's a good sign. That means you're removing the source of the problem. In less than 2 minutes, you're already breaking the cycle of odor. And here's a tip most people never hear. After wiping, leave the door open. Just a few inches is enough. Airflow is the enemy of mildew. When you close the door right after washing, you trap moisture inside. That's like locking bacteria in a warm room and inviting them to grow. Leaving the door open is one of the easiest habits that can completely change how your washer smells long term. Now, if you have a top-load washer, don't think you're safe. You have your own hidden problem area. The agitator or the center column. Underneath it, residue builds up silently. Most people never clean it because they don't even know it can be cleaned. Over time, that buildup turns into a thick, smelly layer that contaminates every load. Here's the quick fix. Pour 2 cups of white vinegar directly into the drum. Then add half a cup of baking soda. Close the lid and let it sit for 5 minutes. Don't start the cycle yet. Let the fizzing action work. This breaks down odor-causing residue fast. After 5 minutes, run the hottest, longest cycle your machine has. When it's done, open the lid and let it air dry. That alone can remove smells people have lived with for years. But we're not done yet, because there's another sneaky spot that causes smells even in brand new machines. The detergent drawer. This is one of the dirtiest parts of any washer. Liquid detergent and softener leave a sticky film behind, and that film turns into a breeding ground for odor. Pull the drawer out completely. Rinse it under warm water. Use an old toothbrush if you have one and gently scrub the corners. You don't need chemicals. Warm water does most of the work. Dry it before putting it back. This step takes less than 2 minutes but makes a massive difference. Let me tell you what happened to Linda after she did just these steps. She called me the next day and said, "I opened my washer and it smelled like nothing. No sour smell, no musty air, just clean." But what really surprised her was the laundry. Her towels finally smelled fresh again, not masked, actually clean. And here's the part that keeps people watching, because this is where it gets even better. Once you remove the smell, keeping it away is even easier. The key is changing a few small habits. Use less detergent than the bottle tells you. Those labels are designed to sell more product, not protect your machine. Half the amount is usually more than enough. Skip fabric softener when you can. It coats the inside of your washer and traps odor. And once a month, run an empty hot cycle with vinegar. That's it. Simple, fast, effective. But there's one more powerful trick coming next that most people have never heard before, and it works even if your washing machine smell is severe, old, and stubborn. In the next part, I'll show you the unexpected household item that attacks odor at the source and keeps your washer smelling fresh for weeks. Once you learn this, you'll never look at your washing machine the same way again. Now that the obvious smell sources are gone, something interesting starts to happen. You open the washing machine, expecting that old musty punch in the face, and instead, nothing, just neutral air. And that's when most people make a mistake. They relax. They think the problem is over forever. But the truth is, this is the most important moment, because smells don't come back suddenly. They sneak back slowly, quietly, one wash at a time. And if you understand how that happens, you can stop it permanently. Let us talk about something almost nobody connects to washing machine smells: the way water behaves when it sits still. Every time you finish a load and close the lid or door, tiny amounts of water remain trapped inside hoses, seals, and internal parts you can't see. That water doesn't drain completely. It just sits there, warm, dark, still. That's not a cleanliness problem. That's a biology problem. Bacteria thrive in that environment, and once they start growing, they release gases. That gas is the smell you hate. Here's where it gets interesting. Many people believe hot water prevents odors. It doesn't. Hot water cleans dirt, but once the cycle ends, the leftover warmth actually helps bacteria grow faster if the machine stays closed. That's why people say, "I only use hot water and my washer still smells." Now you know why. This brings us to a trick so simple that people underestimate it. Yet it's one of the most powerful odor killers there is. Oxygen, air movement, dryness. Leaving the washer open isn't just a suggestion. It's a rule. Even cracking the door open by 2 inches can completely change what happens inside your machine. Air dries moisture. Dryness stops bacteria. No bacteria means no smell. It's that simple. But let's go one layer deeper, because not all smells come from inside the drum. Some come from underneath, the drain system. This is where things get uncomfortable for a lot of people, because they don't like to think about what flows through that hose. Every wash sends dirty water out, but residue sticks to the inside walls of the drain line. Over time, it forms a thin, slimy layer. That layer smells, and when air pushes back through the drain, that smell creeps into your washer. Here's a real-life example. A man named Robert from Texas told me his washer smelled clean inside, but his laundry room smelled bad whenever he ran a load. The smell wasn't coming from the drum. It was coming from the drain. He poured 1 cup of baking soda followed by 2 cups of hot vinegar directly into the drain standpipe behind the washer. The fizzing action broke down residue. The smell disappeared the same day. This works because baking soda neutralizes acids and vinegar dissolves organic buildup. Together, they don't just mask odor, they destroy it. And the best part is you don't need to move the washer or disconnect anything. 5 minutes. That's it. Now let us talk about a habit that silently destroys washing machines and causes smells faster than almost anything else. Overloading. Stuffing the drum full feels efficient, but it prevents proper rinsing. Detergent doesn't wash out. Dirt doesn't fully release. Moisture gets trapped deep in fabrics and then transferred back into the machine. Every overloaded load leaves a little more residue behind. Over time, the smell becomes permanent unless you intervene. There's a simple test. Place your hand flat on top of your laundry before starting the wash. If your hand can't fit comfortably, the load is too big. Reducing load size by even 20% dramatically improves rinse quality and odor control. Another thing nobody talks about enough is detergent quality versus quantity. People assume stronger detergent equals cleaner machine. In reality, modern detergents are extremely concentrated. Using too much creates foam that coats internal parts. That coating traps moisture and bacteria. The smell doesn't come from dirt, it comes from detergent buildup. That's why switching detergents sometimes fixes the smell temporarily. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Here's the rule that surprises everyone. If your clothes come out stiff or overly scented, you're using too much detergent. Clothes should feel soft and neutral, not slick, not perfumed. Neutral means clean. Now let's get into the most unexpected odor fighting tool you probably already own. Plain table salt. This sounds strange, but salt absorbs moisture and disrupts bacterial growth. Once every few months, add half a cup of salt to an empty hot wash cycle. No detergent, no softener, just salt and hot water. This cleans internal surfaces and leaves no residue behind. People who do this notice their washer smells fresher for weeks afterward. Another overlooked source of odor is the filter. Many front-load washers have a small drain pump filter behind a panel. Inside that filter, you'll often find coins, hair, lint, and sludge. That sludge smells terrible. Cleaning the filter can instantly remove stubborn odors. Place a towel down, open the panel, twist the filter slowly, and clean it under warm water. Do this once every few months and your washer will thank you. Let's pause for a moment and talk psychology. Why do people ignore washing machine smells for so long? Because the machine still works. Clothes still come out clean looking. The smell seems minor at first, but over time, it affects how fresh your home feels. Towels never smell right. Sheets feel heavy. Even clean clothes don't feel truly clean. Fixing the washer fixes all of that at once. One woman said something powerful after following these steps. She said, "I didn't realize how much stress that smell caused me until it was gone." That's real. Cleanliness isn't just physical, it's emotional. Now here's where things get really interesting. The smell problem doesn't come back if you create one simple routine. Once a week, wipe the door seal. Once a month, run a vinegar cycle. Every wash, leave the door open. That's it. No products, no money, no effort, just awareness. But wait, there's one more factor that almost nobody considers. The type of laundry you wash. Towels, gym clothes, and microfiber hold onto moisture and bacteria more than regular clothes. Washing these items in cold water repeatedly can cause odor buildup faster. The fix is simple. Wash towels and heavy fabrics in hot water occasionally. Add vinegar instead of softener. This removes trapped bacteria and prevents smell transfer. Let's talk about fabric softener for a moment, because this is controversial. Softener feels nice, but it's one of the biggest contributors to washer odor. It coats everything: clothes, drum, hoses. That coating traps bacteria. If you want softness without smell, vinegar is your friend. It softens fibers without residue. And no, your clothes will not smell like vinegar once dry. Now imagine this. You walk into your laundry room. The washer door is open slightly. The air smells neutral, clean, fresh. You throw in a load of towels. When they come out, they smell like nothing, just clean fabric. That's the goal. Not artificial fragrance, not perfume. Clean. In the next part, we're going to talk about the silent habits that ruin washers without people realizing it, and the one mistake that causes smells to return even after a deep clean. This next section connects everything together and locks the freshness in for the long term. Once you understand that final piece, washing machine smells stop being a mystery forever. And now, take a moment and really think about this. Just a short time ago, your washing machine felt like a problem. You didn't fully understand. The smell was there. It kept coming back, and no matter what you tried, it felt out of your control. But now, everything makes sense. You know where the smell comes from. You know why it happens. And most importantly, you know exactly how to stop it, not temporarily, not by masking it, but by eliminating it completely. This isn't about buying a new machine. It isn't about expensive cleaners or complicated routines. It's about understanding how your washer works in real life, inside your home, with your habits, your laundry, and your water. Once that understanding clicks, the problem disappears. That's the real power here. From this point forward, every time you open your washer and smell nothing but clean air, you'll know you fixed it the right way. Every towel that comes out fresh, every sheet that smells clean instead of sour, every load that actually feels clean, not just looks clean. That's not luck, that's control. And here's something important to remember. Washing machines are meant to clean, but they also need a little care in return. A wiped seal, a monthly rinse, a door left open, small habits that take seconds, but save years of frustration. When you do these things, your washer doesn't fight you anymore, it works with you. If you've ever felt embarrassed by how your laundry smelled, let that go. This is a common problem, and now you're one of the people who actually understands it. You didn't just learn a trick, you learned the reason behind the problem, and that knowledge stays with you. So the next time someone complains about their washer smelling bad, you'll smile, because you'll know exactly what's wrong, and you'll know how to fix it in minutes. If this video helped you, if even one tip made a difference in your home, then you already got value from watching all the way through. And if you want more simple, real-life solutions that actually work, not gimmicks, not hype, then make sure you stay connected. Because a clean home isn't about perfection. It's about knowing what really matters and doing small things the smart way. Thanks for watching, take care of your home, and I'll see you in the next one.